Hey, welcome back. I'm Mark Chase and this is Chase Your Taste. Hey, before we get started, push that little subscribe button down there at the bottom. That little bell lets you know when I post one of these videos. Hey, today we're going to make some cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal cookies. So I've got my oatmeal. I'm going to gather up the rest of my ingredients. So what do you say we get to cooking? Alright, so this is what we're going to need for our cookies. So we're going to need some brown sugar, some oats, some flour, baking soda, some salt, some cinnamon, vanilla, 2 large eggs, and a cup of unsalted butter. Now I will put the amounts of these ingredients in the description. Alright, so let's start putting our cookies together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our butter, our softened butter, into our mixer. We're going to get those whipped up just a little bit. Now this butter's at room temperature. It's unsalted butter. Alright, we can get that down there. Turn it on low. We're going to start getting that softened or fluffed up. We're going to add our eggs in, 2 large eggs, one at a time. Scrape that butter down a little bit. Alright, turn it back on. There we go. Alright, I'm going to add our other egg. Put this in there. Now I'm going to add our sugar, our brown sugar. And we've got about 2 cups of brown sugar. Let's lower that down a little bit. Now this is packed brown sugar. We're going to get that combined really well. Okay, let's scrape our sides. Get all that off the bottom there. And now we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla.
smells really good. Brown sugar, vanilla. Take these edges again. Alright. Good enough. So scrape that off. We don't want to lose any of this goodness in there. Keep that all down in there. There we go. Alright, so we're going to mix this up a little bit more. Get it nice and creamy. Alright, so we're going to add our flour. We're going to turn that on low. We're going to add our flour, and we're adding about a cup and a quarter of flour. We're going to do it slow. Oh, making a mess. Okay, let's scrape the sides. Put that in there. Turn it back on. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Tablespoon of baking soda. And just about a half a teaspoon of salt. And get this combined really well. Clean that mixer up with the flour all on the top of it. There we go. I'm going to scrape the sides down one more time. Then we're going to add our oats. We're going to add our oats a little at a time. We're not going to rush it. We're going to put it on low. Just a little at a time. Now these are old-fashioned oats. It smells really good. You can smell that cinnamon and brown sugar. All right. Scrape it down a little bit. mix it up a little bit long, just a little bit longer. And then we'll okay. So take this off here. Scraped off there. Put that in the sink there. And scrape this off. There we go. Oh, I got some that decided to escape. Alright. So, take that off there and push this off to the side. I'm just going to get in here and scrape these sides, make sure everything's on the sides that are well mixed up here. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so we're all ready to put our cookies in a 375-degree oven. I've already got it on, preheated. Alright. So we'll get our cookie sheets out and get these on a cookie sheet and pop them in the oven. Alright, so let's get some cookies on a cookie sheet. Now I'm using this cookie, or this ice cream scoop, or whatever, cookie scoop, or whatever. This is the medium one. I've got 3 different types. I've got one that's a little bit smaller and one bigger. So I'm using this medium size one. Just pop them down on there. And I use these silicone mats, baking mats. You don't have to grease your pan or anything like that. It makes the pan a lot easier to clean up. Alright. Just like that. I know I've mentioned this, but these cookies smell really good. You can really smell that cinnamon in there. Alright, so we'll pop these in the oven. 175 or 375 degree oven. We're going to cook them for about 9 to 12 minutes. Alright, so there's our cookies. So what do you say we get them into the oven? Alright, let's get them in the oven. Alright, so while those are cooking, we're going to go ahead and put some more cookies on some more cookie sheets. We'll be right back. Okay, so our cookies are ready to go out. Now this is the second batch that I put in. The first batch, I put too many cookies, I put the cookies too close together, so they kind of ran together. So I got a new batch in here. These turned out a lot better. Pull these out. Look at that. Those look delicious. So we're going to set it over on the table. We're going to let them cool. So while we have that open, we're going to go ahead and put another batch in there. Just like that. Alright, so let's take these over to the table and get them cooling. Alright, here's our cookies. And we're going to let these cool and set a little bit before we take them out and put them on our cooling racks. Now I've lined my table with some parchment paper. Just makes it easier to clean up the mess later. So we're going to let these cool a little bit and then we'll put them on the cooling rack. Okay, so our cookies have cooled a little bit, so now we can take them off the tray. Now the pan is still a little bit hot, so I'm going to hold this down. set these over here so they'll cool. Now these over here are the ones that I crowded the pan with. And you can tell how they just kind of meshed together. I had to cut them loose and stuff like that. So give it a little bit of space so they can spread out a little bit. Now, one batch of cookies makes about 3 dozen cookies. You can really smell that cinnamon inside those cookies there. So there those are. We're going to let these cool, and we'll get that other batch out here in a couple of minutes, and we'll give these cookies a try. Okay, so we're taking our last of our cookies off our cookie sheets, and then we're going to give them a try. Now when they first come out, they're going to be kind of soft, but they'll harden up. So let them cool. They'll harden up. They'll be chewy and delicious. All right, looking good. We'll get these last 3 off of here. All right, so we're going to move this out of the way, and we're going to give our cookies a try. All right, so I'm going to try some of these cookies, the ones that were crowded. I mean, they're going to taste the same, but here's a couple of the ones that looks good. So we'll put those back over here, let them cool. We're going to grab one of these here, and so they're nice and chewy, as you can see when pulling them apart. The bottom's got a little bit of a crunch. You can taste that cinnamon and that brown sugar together. Those are really good. Now, if you like raisins, you can put raisins in this. You can also put some pecans, but I like them this way. These are really good. So if you give these a try, leave something down in the comments. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And if you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button and the little bell. But these are really good. Be good dipping into some milk. Those are good. Hey, give these a try, and don't forget, chase your taste. Good stuff.